Everything depends on how does it respond the guitar to you. So to choose an instrument, really we have two ways. One is by personal experience, which requires a lot of time, and generally is not very possible, although there are some cases in which it is, or also by having a lead or someone who is an expert and tells you what's advisable. So these two things here, of course, imply that you need to know what are you searching for, also in a guitar. Do you want the traditional concept, or you are fed up with the traditional concept, like me, for example, so many friends. For me, it's very boring to play just a normal guitar, let's say, same last century, with the weighty fretboard and this ebony obsolete thing without some portal that it does not respond to me as I want a guitar to respond. So it all depends on what you are searching for, but of course, there is always only two things. One, that you have to have the experience. Right? For example, I play hundreds of guitars of every kind, and therefore I know what's good for me and for also people who ask me advice. Choosing means choosing between two different options, which really speaking is traditional guitars and unconventional ones like this, just out of the box. I will post in the description the link of that, because I recently recorded another video to show this, that it is time to move from the obsolete tradition. This obsolete concept does not go anywhere, and to me, that everybody plays that doesn't mean one thing, because Paco always taught me to strive for differentiation and for different things and for searching a way which is better. It doesn't matter if the tradition likes it or not. The matter here is that you like it. If you like it, then that's good. But to like it, you have to know what you are searching for. To know what you are searching for, you don't need to try anything. Because trying, let's say, someone said, I haven't tried a guitar. Yeah, but trying, the very word trying means you don't know what you are searching for. Because when you know what you want, then you don't need to try anything. You just go for it. Right? Just think about it, isn't it? If you just know what you want, then you don't need to try it. This trying thing that's another misconception. Because also, guitar will be perceived according to your own qualification playing, how you play, how will you play. Like if someone will never play the song of the fretboard, there are guys, I know, people that have never in their life played here. So if you have never played in this song, how do you know if it tunes or not? Like, or if it is easy to play here, you never play it there. Or you never play at that speed or those particular passages. Also depends which music are you going to play. This is all what it is. And then therefore, qualification is required. So it means someone who said, this is my opinion, should know what he's saying. It means, and he has to prove how does he know. Because I can tell you this here, it allows me maximum tone and clarity, and I just feel very easy to play this song. And I am playing it. But if you just say it, then it has zero value. Or someone said, this is not the way to go. So you need to know you, or your teacher should know. In fact, Paco did advise me to go to this direction here, because he did consider, he knew also it was obsolete, the other thing. And I will post at the description of this video another very shocking for some interview in which he says, yeah, the guitar I play at the stage is the worst guitar I have. Actually, that's the worst. So people make assumptions on their own and never ask the person personally. I did ask Paco personally things. Right? He did consider the guitars he had at home, many, these and also Campo Fernandez, or I'm not saying just this brand, but many guitars he had there, Campo Fernandez or original Santos Mendes like that, Barbero guitars. Those were his favorite guitars, not the guitar he plays at the stage. He played the worst one, and he said there in this interview, and then I will post the description. The second link will be that, and you can read it there if you don't know Spanish, and I can show you translation also for it. But the thing is that this is because of assumptions, and I did that one time, 20 years ago. I asked Paco, how can I improve really playing? And he said, first of all, you have to change that guitar you have. Why? Because I said, well, why? Just that I just bought the same guitar you play. I said, yeah, you never asked me if that's a good guitar. I was like, right. I said, well, what do you mean? I thought it was good because we played. I said, no, this is what you think, but have you asked me? No. Then therefore, and then now I said, well, then tell me what to search for. And he said, how 62 millimeters here will be more convenient because of the picados, etc. Because of different lines, which when you will practice, it will make, the guitars will make and improve your playing. It will make an effect on you. Right? So then, of course, I followed that line. Then after 20 years, I'm very thankful to his advice in this concern. Because particularly, one thing is also what we show up to the public, and then another thing is what he was thinking to himself. Right? That's another thing. The gear he used for the shows is not the best thing. Obviously, he knew what's the difference between a great guitar and just a normal thing. So make assumptions or take them for granted is not a good idea. Therefore, I was shocked also because that was 20 years ago, but I said, wow, my God. But I did learn the lesson from there that you have to first asked the teacher personally because I trusted him. I followed his advice up to this day. And then that's why all this room for experimentation and for developments, innovation, new things took place, because he did support that way. Just the same way that he changed flamenco guitar playing and destroyed the tradition, which is not bracket, but really he finished them totally and reinvented the whole flamenco style, technique, the posture, seating, everything. Right? And then the same way he transformed that, he was also in favor to transforming the instruments, which should be medium, clear, transparent to the public. And therefore this is good. So that's a Paco line, and that's what I can tell you about this choosing thing. Basically speaking, the conclusion is that you have two things. One is that you choose with your own ability, with your own capacity, which may be limited or not, and the other is that you listen to someone who has experience with the field. And this is the only two things you can do. And therefore you have to know who you are listening. This is that's the thing. Because just by saying, it means zero, parroting things, or parrot repeats something which he does not understand. Right? So parrot, you may teach him to say something in Spanish, but that doesn't mean he knows Spanish language. What he's saying, what does it mean? So we need to not parrot also stuff with propaganda, with advertisement, or this or that, or what the majority do. This majority consensus is not a very good way to go. You have to search for what you want, but to get there, in fact, the teacher, I consider Paco great in this aspect, in this point here, because he led me to the point in which I discovered also my own self through his technique and through his music. So this is a teacher really, because it makes lead to you to discover yourself. That's what it is. And same applies when the instrument should become an extension of ourselves, right? See? So, and therefore it matters that, which is only the play matters. It matters because it's not the same, one thing to the other. Okay, I hope this answered your question. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.